Are you being kept in the dark? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1209 of What You Up To Now. I was trying to put a filter on, something dark and dismal, or show my mushrooms, but of course I hit the wrong button. I do that a lot. I make mistakes, I make typos, I hit the wrong button. One of the things about being visually challenged, you make a lot of mistakes. Guess what? I've gotten really good at getting over typos, getting over things that just don't matter and that just aren't important. Well, today, for Supersize Your Business, our idiom was to be kept in the dark. So I borrowed my son-in-law's wooden mushrooms because I think these are awesome and cool and very neat, and told a story that my dad used to tell about, I'm just a mushroom, you girls, you keep me in the dark, in the corner, and feed me a little poop once in a while to keep me healthy, meaning fertilizer mushrooms. They say that mushrooms need a cold, dark, damp place and a lot of like decaying wood and things to grow. And so he would joke about that when my sisters and I were younger, when we were teenagers and growing up. We had a family of all girls, in a household full of girls. And I think my dad, a lot of the time, he felt a little outnumbered. Now, don't get me wrong, he was definitely not outnumbered. He ruled the roost in a positive way and taught us so much about life and lessons that I still use today. There's no such thing as can't. Life isn't fair. And things like that. Work is fun. Work is play. And he taught us all those amazing things. Hugs aren't any good if you keep them. And one of the things that reminded me, our idiom today, in the dark, or to be in the dark, or to be kept in the dark, reminded me, of course, of my dad. And then I started thinking about, it's from the 1600s, I started thinking about, okay, what are some of the ways that I have been kept in the dark by other people? And what are some of the ways I've kept myself in the dark over the years? Because I'm as guilty of keeping myself in the dark as other people are of keeping me in the dark. And I can think of a lot of big examples and a lot of big situations where I have been manipulated. It's hard to believe that I've let people manipulate me in the past, or lied to, and been kept secrets from, things like that. Have I kept a lot of secrets? A few, I guess, in my life, but not a ton. Pretty much, I like to think, especially these days, that I'm a pretty open book. Since my cardiac arrest in 2010, I did an absolute 180. I can't want to say 360, but I did, because that would put me back to where I was. And I'm definitely not the same person I was in 2010 and in 2021. I'm the same person, but there's a whole lot more of my real personality that shows up every day than back in, my corporate days. When, you go to work, you're your professional version of you at work, and then at home you're your family and mom version of you at home, and then out with friends, you're your friend version of you out with friends. But they're all just a piece of who we are. And people say we wear masks, we wear veils. They use all kinds of analogies and all kinds of metaphors to describe how much we show up in our own life. But I think the more we show up in our own life as who we uniquely, absolutely positively are, the happier our life is. The more we love and accept ourselves for who we are, the good, the bad, the ugly, because we're all a combination of everything. We're all, a mix of good and bad. We're all this fantastic, miraculous human being, and it's something that we need to embrace. So anyway, I love the expression to be in the dark. And I like to look at these idioms and these expressions, not only what do they mean, where do they come from, what are different interpretations or meanings that people have of them, but how can we use them right now? How can we use these in our life right now? And that usually gets me asking questions. And so the questions I was thinking about today are, how have I been kept in the dark in the past? How have I kept others in the dark in the past? And how have I kept myself in the dark in the past? And when have I chosen not to participate? Now, this is a funny one to think about, because after my cardiac arrest, I made a conscious choice to choose not to participate in stuff. I gave myself permission to say, guess what? I see this drama. I hear this drama. I feel you trying to suck me in and pull me into this drama. But guess what? I'm gonna opt out. I'm gonna opt out, just like of an email or a promotion or something. I am just going to say bye-bye and not participate. I'm not going to get involved in this. We have to get better at learning to say no to the things that aren't for us, and then just let them go and ignore them, and focus on the things that are for us, the things that are important to us, the things that are creating our life and building our life and helping us become the person we want to be and moving in the direction we want to go, not in the direction we don't want to go. And I think all of us, as we're younger, we evolve through I guess we go through a transformation where we do what other people expect of us. You know, as you're growing up, you learn and grow and do what your parents teach you to do. And at some point, and it's different for all of us, a switch flips and we realize that we can choose for ourselves. You know, we can decide if we want to have coffee at 6 o'clock at night or at 10 o'clock at night. We can decide what time we want to go to bed. We can make all the decisions and choices for ourselves. Now, again, with each of those decisions and choices and freedoms comes the responsibility of dealing with the consequences of our choices and our freedoms. Freedom is awesome, but it comes with 100% personal responsibility for our decisions and choices and the actions and reactions of the things that we choose to do. So lots to think about with being kept in the dark, keeping ourselves in the dark, keeping other people in the dark, choices, etc. Our 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that centers us was all about the deeds. Our deeds determine us, and as much as we determine our deeds, which kind of speaks to the personal responsibility, right? We have all these opportunities to decide what we're going to do, what we're going to say, what we're going to think, how we're going to feel, even if it feels like other people are manipulating and controlling us. We always have the ultimate, at least here in America, opportunity to decide what we're going to go along with or not. And sometimes people just go along with what other people are doing, even if they know it's not right for them. And I like to encourage people to think for themselves and to actually really tap into who they are and say, is this thing I'm hearing or seeing true to me? Is it true for me? You know, I think of the racism debate, and there really isn't a debate. I traveled around the last 3 weeks and discovered that, you know, I am so profoundly grateful that I don't listen to the media and I don't follow the news, because they would have us as Americans and the world think that we are this country divided and that we are at each other's throats and we're fighting and everything. But it's absolutely positively a big fat lie. We are the same amazing Americans we've always been. Amazing people, hardworking, loyal, patriotic people that love our country and love our freedom and love our Constitution and whatever else. But the media would have us believe that, you know, there's all of this racism and all this, you know, infighting and all of this, you know, unrest in America, and it's just absolutely positively not true. It's a big fat lie, and I'm glad I traveled around to reinforce that to me. I believe that to be true, but to see it for myself and say, you know what, we're the same as we've always been. It's just a few people and a few businesses trying to cause trouble, trying to promote their own agenda. Have we ever seen that happen before? And control. And it's not for our best interest, it's for their best interest. And so there's one of those things I choose not to participate. But the whole debate about topics like that are going on in the media on purpose to manipulate us. We don't have to buy into that. I choose not to buy into it. I know it's a lie, and I absolutely positively will not consume it, will not watch it, will not participate in it, because I know it's a lie. I don't know why I got off on that. Oh, probably because deeds determine and we determine our deeds. So I'm heading out with my family to see some fun relatives today. Haven't seen them in a really long time, so I'm excited about that. Going to help some family members with a big move project. And since I did mine just a year ago, I know what it feels like, and I know how incredibly amazing it is to have help with the sorting and deciding what are you going to keep, what are you going to let go of. My aunt and uncle are moving. They moved to Florida last year, but they have a big home in Wisconsin here, and so he's still sick down in Florida. She's here, and it's my mom's sister, and we're going to go help her to just sift and sort and decide, and just really just pull out the stuff she wants to keep and bring with her as she moves forward in this next, you know, stage of their life together, and what she wants to let go of and commit to changing other people's lives in a positive way. So I'm actually looking forward to it. All right, if I can help you anyway, what do I say? Ask or direct message me. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Think about this today. Think about being in the dark, keeping other people in the dark, thinking for yourself, freedom, what's going on in your life. and what you want it to be. Not maybe what's going on right now, but what do you want it to be? Because if we focus on what we want, that's what we move toward, that's what we get. If we focus on what's going on and what we don't want, guess what? That's what we don't want, but that's what we get. We get what we give attention to. So give attention to always what it is that you want. Have a great day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.